Life passes away quite the same when you live in a small town. Everyone knows everyone, and every day looks like it has somehow been lived before. Years are almost identical because the people you meet are mostly the same. It's hard to keep track of your time until that one day when the shopkeeper from whom you bought your favorite pen calls you Daju, and you realize that the sun has taken over and you are 30. And this is when the watch on your wrist feels a bit heavy and you feel like taking off or adding the weight that lies around it. There's an old cafe in my hometown which used to give small pamphlets with words of wisdom. And I have this habit of reading off t-shirts, walls, and pages. It read, "Worry has never climbed a hill. Worry has never paid a bill." It sounded witty when I was young, but it sounds wise now. So my simple goal for my 30s is to let go of stress as much as possible, to breathe stress-free. But back then, stress felt so important. So stress always felt important in life. It was that gun which sort of brought the race to life. And without the gun, without the shot, there would be no race. And from love life to meditations, from me being alone in a cafe to big social gatherings, especially marriages, I was always surrounded by stress. And it was sort of like that cap, which I always wore until I went to sleep, and then that cap would fall off from my head. And I'd wake up the next day, again put it back on. So that was life. And as my hairline is tectonically shifting backwards and backwards, I realized that it's stress that is making my life worse and worse. Be it wrinkled skin, lack of good sleep, lack of just, being normally, breathing normally, all of that was being controlled by stress. So stress was the soil on which I lived my life. It was the root on which my life was growing. And lastly, it is also the fruit that is being born these days. So I had to do something about it. Now, being a calmer person hasn't helped me dodge the bullets life is firing at me, but it surely has helped me to take it as bullets and not bombs. It has given me a presence of mind to see things for what they actually are, not how stress exaggerates it to be. The fact that chaos can be handled way better with a calm mind is such a relief. As a person who has been influenced by art, who's trying to create art, I've always thought more pressure meant better performances. But I was so far from the truth. In hindsight, the best works that I've created were works I did with a calm and a stress-free mind. Also, I try to pick up a camera consistently, but without the thought of how it'll be received. I do it for the expression. And clearer mind is always clearer expression. And the next thing is showing up consistently. You'd be surprised to know that it's the moments that we don't show up for that add to the stress, rather than the moments we are actually working hard on it. So if I stress about even the things that I love, what then will be left for me to love? Now, work is something we long for when we are unemployed. And it seems so fulfilling at first, especially when you receive your first month's paycheck. And it slowly starts getting into your veins and then your head. And sadly, in some people, it also gets into the liver and the lungs. And lastly, it breaks your heart. And suddenly, life seems so unfulfilling, as though I was actually not cut out for this. And as a small paycheck guy myself, I can vouch that work is hard, money is hard, but it doesn't pay for your stress. It only pays for your work. What actually worked for me was when I saw work as just a part of my life and not my life instead. When I turn off the work computer, work stops for me there mentally. It can begin again tomorrow, as it has for the past 7 years. But I walk back home actually done for the day. Those 7 to 8 hours will not take a minute from the rest of the 24 hours that's left. It also helps to have people in your life who do not have the same leaking of the same office roof, who are not from your workplace, because you're going to talk about work again. I log out of that system. I'm not Mr. Benjamin J. Rasaili. I'm simply Ben, the guy who drinks coffee and plays guitar. Introverts hate socializing, and as an introvert myself, maybe an ambivert, which I think is just a fancy word to say you have a bigger comfort zone. People tire people out, and we get tired so easily. Even if you are gifted with an extroverted nature, you'll always find a bigger extrovert who'll beat you down. And it really saturates you. What has helped me regain my calm back is spending some time alone once a day and multiple times a week. Just me. Doesn't have to be productive or fruitful or meet any goal. Just being. Doing nothing sometimes is the best recovery, and I mean doing nothing, absolutely nothing. No chatting, no social media. You can either sit down, write, leisure read, or just stare in the distance, any time of the day. When you realize you're alone, it tickles you at first, but slowly you will have that comfort in being with yourself. And being comfortable with yourself is the most stress-free I have ever been. Alright, so the goal therefore is to relax, to smile, to not do anything sometimes, to be stress managed, to breathe, to learn and create as it comes, unhindered and unchoked by stress. Maybe it means saying no to a lot of things, to a lot of people even. But if saying no to that means saying yes to a stress-free life, I think we all deserve it. I guess it's not too late to be breathing properly at 30 into a stress-free life. 10 long breaths in and 10 long ones out. That's it. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll meet again, more relaxed, more free, more better.